Being an entrepreneur is not as easy as it seems. All we see in social media is that it gives you freedom, money, stability, and the truth is that all of that is far, far from reality. Because to be able to achieve everything that they show us on social media, they must have worked really, really hard. And even though I am not a millionaire and I believe I'm not as successful as I want to be, I'm here to talk about things that I have learned in this path because the truth is that everyone tells us like it's time to leave or quit your 9 to 5 job. It's time you can do it. You can be your own boss and be successful with it. But is it really that easy or is it really for everyone? I don't believe it's really for everyone. And even though I'm trying it, I don't know if it's even for me. There are a lot of challenges in this entrepreneurial or entrepreneurship world. The first one and most important one, in my opinion, is the financial one. The cost of building a business and maintaining the business is really, really high and is really, really difficult. Something that not many people talk about. Also, something very important is the uncertainty of income. When you work in a 9 to 5 job, normally you have your income that you know is going to come the first of each month or the last of each month. So if your income is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or whatever, you know that you're going to get that amount of money every single month. But when you are an entrepreneur, it's not like that. It varies a lot and you really, really need to live below your means because you never know which month is going to be a bad month and you're not going to be able to make as much money as you do. Because if you are earning about $10,000 a month and next month something happens, your income next month is only $2,000, but you are always getting $10,000 or more. When you get $2,000 in income, it gets really, really stressful. That is why it is very, very important to be able to plan your finances and have a budget in order to be able to save enough money in case that bad days or those rainy days really happen. Another challenge is the time and effort it requires because we all see in social media these people that work only 2 hours a day and they're able to make millions of dollars. But the truth is that I'm pretty sure that they did not start it like that because I have to say, when you are your own boss and you are trying to be an entrepreneur, you do have to work a lot and very, very hard because at the end of the day, your income, your stability, your financial freedom depends on what you do. So if you don't do anything and just wait and work 2 hours a day waiting for the money to come in, most likely you won't see that money coming in. It needs a lot of dedication. And that is something that no one tells you because that exactly affects your personal relationships with people, with your family, with your boyfriend or girlfriend, with your siblings, or even friends. Because there are some days that you need to work a lot. For example, I post videos on YouTube, as you guys know, but I also have a job, which is not a 9 to 5 job because it is also kind of entrepreneur as I work in a family business. And I don't have like a time I have to get in and get out. There are some days that I don't even go to the office, but the days that I go to the office, I work from, let's say, 9 a.m. to 2 to 3 p.m. And then I have to work on YouTube at the afternoon because my business, my personal business is YouTube and everything I'm doing around it. So the days I decide to go to the office to my 9 to 5 job, which is not a 9 to 5 job, but still, are really hard for me because my business, my YouTube business, is getting affected, which means that when I get home after that job and I have lunch and I do exercise, after I get home and I'm able to work on YouTube, I do need to finish everything that I have already planned. So if it is already 9 p.m. and I have not finished, and if I really want to be successful with it, I know that I have to continue working. And if I'm really tired, then I would go to sleep and then wake up really, really early at 5 or 6 a.m. to be able to finish what I was not able to finish the prior day. So that's when you ask, when are you going to be able to go out with your friends, with your boyfriend or girlfriend, with your parents and family? And that is something that entrepreneurship affects your personal relationships. Another very, very important challenge that not many people used to talk about, but now we can see a lot of people talking more and more about it, is the mental stability and anxiety and stress that this gives us. Because as I said, it's not only that the income is not stable, it's also that it's really hard to maintain a business and be able to see growth in that business every single month, every single year. And when you're not seeing that kind of growth, you get really, really stressed out, thinking that, well, I failed. I will have to find a 9 to 5 job. And it was stupid for me to quit that job at the beginning. So that's when stress gets you. Because there is a high risk of failure and setbacks. Because what happens if you are, I don't know, 25 years old, you quit your 9 to 5 job and you start this entrepreneurship thing, and you start your business and all that, and you're able to work for that business that you are creating for about 2 or 3 years. What happens if that business fails in 2 or 3 years? You are going to you need to understand that if that business fails, you are setting back in comparison to people that stayed in a 9 to 5 job, unless that business for those 2 to 3 years was able to give you enough money for you not to feel that you're failing and setting back, and enough money for you to be able to start a new business. Because that happened to me as well. As my student visa expired, I had to move back to Venezuela, and I decided to go full entrepreneur, start and focus a little bit more on this YouTube business. And even though I have been growing a lot on my other channels, as I showed you, I have not been able to still make as much money as I would be making with a 9 to 5 job. And still, even though I do not live in the US anymore, I live with my parents in Venezuela, I'm saving a lot of money. I'm still behind with my friends, if you can say that, and that's what stressed me a lot. That's just, in my opinion, an example of mine, and why I think that this financial freedom around entrepreneurship is really stressful. Another very important thing to know when you are trying to be your own boss and entrepreneur, your self-care and maintaining a positive mindset. Because as I said, it gets really stressful, but also you do have to keep in mind that you need to be fine mentally and physically, which is always why you see all these people on YouTube or social media that they work out a lot. And it's not only because they want to feel nice and have a nice body, but also because working out, in my opinion, helps you relieve a little bit of that stress, and also help you be okay mentally, which is something that you need in order to be successful as an entrepreneur, which is what I've been talking. Obviously, it's not that easy, and it's not for everyone. So before quitting your 9 to 5 job because you want to be an entrepreneur and start your financial freedom and your business, you do have to think about all these challenges you're definitely going to see. Because it's not that I'm having those challenges, then you are not going to have them. No, it's not like that. Most likely, you are going to have the same challenges, or even worse or better than me. But that is very, very important thing to talk about. Now, that's the thing that no one tells us. But obviously, there are a lot of benefit as an entrepreneur. And the first one is the freedom and flexibility of being your own boss. And I want to use me as an example. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. And if you follow me on Instagram, you could see that I like to travel a lot. And I've been traveling a lot since 2020. I moved to Venezuela again in 2020, November 2020. I went to Portugal. I've been in Punta Cana. I've been in Margarita here in Venezuela, Los Roques, Miami, Colorado, and different places around the world. And this year, I'm going to travel again to the US, to Europe, Dominican Republic, and many other places. But obviously, that is because I do not have a 9 to 5 job, and I'm able to work while I'm traveling. If you follow me on my other channels, or even in this one, you would have seen different videos that were not filmed in my studio, but in different hotels or Airbnb, which obviously, yes, I have the freedom to travel, but I still need to work while I'm traveling. Normally, when I travel with my boyfriend, and he also needs to work. So what we do is that we set some hours while we're traveling, let's say 3 hours a day in the morning and 3 hours a day at night, to be able to work and not leave things behind. Because at the end of the day, the business only works if you are able to work while traveling. And obviously, the biggest benefit, in my opinion, about this entrepreneurship journey and all that is the satisfaction of building something by your own. For me, is this YouTube business, everything that I'm able to do with this, the videos, the sponsorships, affiliate marketing, the personal growth, and also business growth that I'm able to see year over year, which obviously fills you a lot and it makes you feel really, really happy. But when you don't see that kind of growth, or you don't feel happy with that kind of growth, is when you start stressing out and feeling that maybe this is a complete failure. But in my opinion, everyone should think about this. I don't believe everyone should try it out, because I know that this is not for everyone. As I said, I'm trying it out and I don't even know if this is for me. I really like it, I really enjoy it, and I like working a lot, but believe me that it's not for everyone, and even more if you don't have that mentality. Because at the beginning I did not have that mentality either. When you work in a 9 to 5 job, you go at 9 a.m. and leave at 5 p.m., or let's say at 6 or 7, depending on your work. And after you get home, you forget about everything. You are able to enjoy with your family, with your friends, watch a movie, go to sleep, and then the next day you start over with the same thing. The thing with entrepreneurship is that there are some days that you're not going to be able to stop working, and it requires a lot of time and effort, which obviously it is really, really challenging. But in my opinion, at the end of the day, if you're able to succeed with it, it is going to be very, very beneficial. You're going to have financial freedom. And in my opinion, that's something that many of us is trying to achieve. My personal advice for this is that if you're starting out with entrepreneurship, understand that it's not easy. You're not alone with this, and you should try to find people around you that are in this same thing as you, trying to be an entrepreneur and you're on your own boss, because that's the people who's going to help you improve. And obviously know that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be very, very beneficial. And I do believe that it has a lot of good things as well at the end of the day, even though it is really, really stressful at the beginning until you are able to achieve it.